Now that Shanks is finally on the attack, we can see that he's on a collision course with Luffy and the Straw Hat Pirates. And at this point in the series, everyone is reaching their maximum abilities, which as most of you know is next level. So we have to ask the question,
do you believe that Shanks and Luffy are actually going to fight?
Absolutely. I've never doubted this. There was never a question in my mind that Luffy and Shanks would fight. Because the fact of the matter is this, man. Both of them had the same goal. I think, personally, Shanks was just waiting for somebody strong enough. Shanks didn't want to get the One Piece easy. I think Shanks never even had a problem with Kaido. I think Kaido was light work for him.
Wait, so you believe that Shanks made himself his own villain?
Yes, like Mr. Glass did for Bruce Willis, all right?
Nah,
yes,
I don't know about all that.
Absolutely.
So you think they're gonna fight like serious, not a playing fight? Because I believe they're going to fight, but it's going to be something more like near the end of the series, something more, I don't want to say playful, but like not serious. Nobody's trying to actually knock the person off.
I think Shanks is more sinister than we think.
Okay,
I think Shanks, because here's the thing, and we don't know much about Shanks, so I do think that like everybody just assumed that Shanks is a nice guy who, like Luffy or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But we also don't think about how much Shanks knows, because think about it this way. He was on Goldie Roger's ship. He's seen a lot. There's a lot of things that he probably knows that most people don't, because he was on the King of the Pirates ship. What does he know that most people don't?
That is true. I think personally, if Oda decided to make Shanks the actual villain, that would be a nice twist to me. If he's like a big villain that actually has to fight Luffy, which would be strange. I don't know how he pieced it together, but he's a genius, obviously.
I have an idea. I have an idea what I think he's gonna do, because
I'm anime only. He reads the manga, so
I have an idea. But my thing is, like, I just feel like Shanks, he seems like he knows what's gonna happen before it happens a lot of times. Even with the whole Kaido situation, I feel like he knew Luffy was gonna beat him. I mean, why would you even be in that area? Because then he's like,
maybe that was just in case.
So just in case he gonna just show up and beat him. Come on,
if Kaido was whooping on my guy, man, just in case I might pop up.
There's no way that would have been the case, because I feel like personally, Shanks, there was multiple times where Luffy had real issues. Obviously CP9, obviously Crocodile. Man lost Crocodile like 3 times. Crocodile was
problem.
You know what I'm saying? And then even more with the Marineford, that was another situation where Luffy could have literally either gotten killed or been arrested. And Shanks never intervened. Shanks only intervened in the Marineford at the end and like basically made everybody stop just to get the bodies back.
Yeah.
So like, to me, I feel like if Shanks really felt that Luffy could have been in trouble, he would have intervened way before that, because I feel like the Kaido situation, yes, he was in trouble. But so is the Crocodile situation, so is the CP9 situation. There's a lot of situations where Luffy was in serious trouble.
Okay, but now that I've seen Shanks attack from the last episode, I saw he was able to kind of pull out Haki and I guess remove your devil fruit ability for a while. I can't tell exactly what his ability was, but he was able to nullify your fruit, right? If he fought Luffy, how would Luffy even beat somebody who has that ability?
With hands! What are you talking about? He said, Luffy, I thought your fists were strong as pistols they is, man. You got these hands for Shanks, man. What are you talking about? Luffy, listen.
I know Shanks is missing an arm.
A whole arm.
But that man's a sword user. It'd chop you up.
Armament hockey, bro. Like, it's gonna be a hockey battle. It's not gonna be a devil fruit battle.
Yeah, it would be definitely a hockey battle.
And I see, like, obviously, remember when Luffy's always been smart. Even when in Marineford, when he was gonna attack Mihawk, before he got his arms chopped off, he realized what was gonna happen and he put his hands down and hit the ground before he got his arms chopped off.
Yeah.
Same thing. I know Luffy's smart to know that if this man uses a sword, I cannot attack him all willy-nilly. Especially if I don't have armor hockey on this situation. And mind you, look at what Luffy has. Let's remove the devil fruit. Let's remove Gear 5 and all that. He has Roll. He has Conqueror Haki. His Conqueror Haki is pretty strong.
Yeah.
We can make an argument that it's stronger than Kaido's. So if that is the case, I think the two probably strongest Conqueror Haki users in the One Piece universe right now is Shanks and Luffy.
Well, one thing I will say, they got Luffy looking like a boss at this point.
Absolutely.
Like at the end of the last episode that, when he was, when they were watching Momonosuke fight, when they were sitting on that rooftop and everybody was just kind of smiling and had that look like, hey, we could come out there and finish him for you, but
he gonna handle the boys. I'm not gonna lie.
And I do believe he knew that was Shanks.
Absolutely.
Shanks Haki.
Absolutely.
He bumped into that Haki multiple times. But here's one interesting thing why I don't truly believe it would be a real fight. when Luffy usually fights somebody, his crew lines up with the group. How could I say? Zoro would fight what? Beck?
Yes, Beckman.
Usopp would fight
Yasopp,
but I don't believe a father and son would really fight. See, I can't see the matchup.
Here's the thing. I see what you're saying, but this is what I think. I get your point, but this is why I think you're not really looking at. I don't think Luffy's gonna want to kill Shanks. I think Luffy's gonna defeat Shanks. I don't think he's gonna kill Shanks. I think he reveres Shanks too much. But I do think it's gonna be a serious fight. So it's not
it's the staging that would be weird. Maybe that's what it is for me. The staging of the fight would be weird.
For me, I don't think so because it just depends on what Shanks knows. Like first, let's say hypothetically speak. Let's say Shanks knows the 800-year history and never told Luffy.
Correct.
Or let's say there's something at Laugh Tale that Shanks discovered that Luffy needs to know.
I think Shanks wants the weapon.
Let's say he wants Pluton or one of these weapons and wants to destroy the world government like that. Do you think Luffy would sit by and let him destroy the world government? As much as Luffy doesn't like the government, but I don't think he would sit by and let innocent people get killed.
Nah, he doesn't let genocide.
Yeah, he wouldn't allow that. So even though he doesn't want, he wouldn't want to fight Shanks, he's not gonna let Shanks kill people off either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that is true.
So it just depends on what the way you characterize it, because Luffy is a liberator, but he's also not a whole person. But let's say Shanks thinks that, let's say obviously 800-year history, world government is evil and all that stuff like that, and they have to be eradicated to move forward. Just like Attack on Titan. Eren felt like they had to be eradicated. That's what he felt like. Other people didn't like what they did, but they didn't feel like you should wipe them off the map either. You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, another thing that I find weird about Shanks' crew is, I'm just thinking about it. Does he have any women in his crew? Are there no baddies, no nothing on that ship? It's just men?
I haven't seen you, but again.
I can't. I need some type of baddie. I need a Yamato on this ship. I need like a Nami or somebody.
Man, they might be just out here, slaying and keeping it moving.
Oh,
they might be slaying and keeping it moving. They're pirates.
Man, we're on a ship half the time.
Yes, and we're going to islands. We're going to islands and slaying. All right, we're slaying on islands. Okay, this is what it is.
Shanks got
playboys. They're playboys. All right.
Shanks, you gotta get yourself a Nico Robin on the crew or something.
Why?
This is looking real suspicious, my friend.
For why? For why? They're gonna cramp our style. They're gonna tell us no pirating today.
That reinforces what I said. That they wouldn't really battle each other, because who would the women line up with? They usually line up with women, don't they? When they usually fight.
Agreed.
Except in those, I can't think of a case where they didn't.
Yeah, I think you're right. Usually women line up with women. Only time is when Sanji fights a woman, he doesn't hit her, and then another woman comes in.
Correct.
But again, you're also looking at it like this, right? Because the thing you're not paying attention to is that their crews are technically bigger than what you see. You only seeing a few people on that ship. One, I think he has a fleet, just like Luffy has. I think all these people have fleets.
He has a fleet, but what? I'm gonna be fighting lower level dudes?
Here's the thing. I'm not saying
a chick from ship number 2 or 3.
Because here's the thing.
Nah.
Watch this, right? I believe at one point in the series, Luffy, Sanji, Zoro will be on their own ships as a fleet behind Straw Hat Luffy.
I could see that, but I don't think they're gonna do it like that.
They're their own commanders of their ship.
Yeah.
But they're under the banner of Jozu and Marco.
But the captain of the second ship in their fleet is Bartolomeo.
I mean, well, I don't know who, because the fleet is kind of, you got the.
It's all over the place, but I believe he's the captain of one of the ships.
I don't know, man. I think he's self-proclaimed. Until Luffy says, I think he's self-proclaimed. I think he just rides the hardest for the Straw Hat, which I respect. But
he's a real one.
He's a real one. That boy is the best burning Shanks flag, man. Freak Shanks, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. To me, that solidified cup for me. I ain't gonna lie. He said, and Luffy versus territory. He said, man, what about Shanks? Burn Shanks flag. Nigga,
he's one of those characters that I find hilarious.
Yeah, I really
like him.
I like him. I like how hard he rides for the Straw Hats. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I think overall, Shanks I think he knows more, and it might be more serious than we think. Yeah. I think because again, and I think it'll be a perfect twist, because it is that mindset that, okay, you thought he was a good guy. He always, looks out for Luffy from the shadows or whatever. But what is his real motive? Because I think it was a time.
He definitely has a motive.
Yeah, because we still don't know what his technical, even with him saying, let's go get the One Piece. It felt like he could have got it at any point. Why do you say, literally, it's like he's just, let's go get One Piece now.
One thing I know, they better not let Buggy get the damn One Piece. Buggy, hey, don't play me like that. Oda, do not play us like that with the series.
Man, Buggy ain't gonna get nothing, bro. Buggy not, listen, I like...
Buggy's been around forever.
I actually like Buggy. I like Buggy as a character. I really like him, but he ain't about that, man. That Conquer hockey, he ain't on it. He
that chow fruit, boy, that thing kept this guy alive forever.
Now, mind you, I personally think chow fruit is better than most people think. I think it's actually a pretty good...
I think with another person would have been a better power.
Yeah, I just think Buggy's kind of like, I don't think his goal was ever to be great. You see what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if you give it to the right person who want to be one of the strongest, he'll be OP. But Buggy's whole goal was, remember, he wanted to get the John's treasure. That was his whole thing. I want to get this treasure and I'm retire, and that's his whole thing. So I think he never really had a zeal for pirating. I think he just wanted to get rich and then retire somewhere. Just like
well, he's a little jealous of Shanks, but beyond that,
I know the only why he's angry at Shanks is because Shanks made him get a devil fruit, and so he couldn't get the treasure that he wanted. He was gonna literally, the whole thing was he stole the devil fruit. He was gonna sell that. He was gonna dive in the bottom of the ocean and get the John's treasure. But then Shanks scared him. He ate the fruit, and now he can't go to the bottom of the sea. So he hates Shanks forever.
Damn,
which
cold
makes
world.
sense. I mean, it wasn't Shanks' fault. You should never have the fruit in your mouth. But still, the whole point was he was just gonna sell. He faked it, act like he ate it. He was gonna sell that fruit to get some money, and then he'll go to the bottom of the sea to get the John's treasure because he had the map for it. And then, say he had the fruit in his mouth to hide it from Shanks. Shanks hit him in the back, he ate it, and then the history, he's a chop man. So.
Well, family, let us know in the comment section if you think they will ever fight each other. And when you're done doing that, click on that video that just popped up, and we will see you on the next one.
Peace.